Good morning, students. Today we are going to start the lesson Golu grows a nose from the book An Alien Hand. Students, this is a very interesting story about an elephant called Golu. Golu is a very curious elephant. It means he always has so many questions to ask from others. This story tells us that in earlier days, the elephants didn't have a trunk. They used to have a bulgy nose, and Golu was the first elephant to get a trunk. There is a long story behind it, and in this lesson, we are going to read that story. So, let's begin. There was a time when the elephant had no trunk. Golu, a baby elephant with a bulgy nose, is full of questions. Bulgy nose means a nose which is curved outwards. He goes to the Limpopo River to find out more about the crocodile's eating habits. Long ago, the elephant had no trunk. He had only a bulgy nose, as big as a boot. He could wiggle it from side to side but couldn't pick up things with it. So students, this paragraph tells us that elephants used to have a bulgy nose, a nose which is curved outwards, and they could wiggle it from side to side, but they couldn't pick up things with it as they are able to pick things with their trunks today. There was a baby elephant called Golu. He too had no trunk but only a bulgy nose, as small as a small boot. Golu was full of questions. He asked his tall aunt, the ostrich, "Why don't you ever fly like other birds?" Then he asked his tall uncle, the giraffe, "What makes your skin so spotty?" He asked his huge uncle, the hippopotamus, "Why are your eyes always so red?" He asked his hairy uncle, the baboon, "Why do melons taste like melons?" So students, Golu was a very curious elephant. He had so many questions in his mind. He always used to keep asking questions from the animals around him. The ostrich, the giraffe, the hippopotamus and the baboon had no answers to Golu's questions. "Golu is a naughty baby," they said. "He asks such difficult questions." One day, Golu met the manna bird sitting in the middle of a bush, and he asked her, "What does the crocodile have for dinner?" The myna said, "Go to the banks of the great grassy Limpopo River and find out." So students, one day a strange question came into his mind, and he asked manna, "What does the crocodile have for dinner?" The manna suggested him to go to the banks of the great grassy Limpopo River to get the answer of this question. Golu went home. He took 100 sugar canes, 50 dozen bananas and 25 melons. Then he said to his family, "Goodbye. I am going to the great grassy Limpopo River. I will find out what the crocodile has for dinner." He had never seen a crocodile and didn't know what one looked like. So students, as suggested by the bird manna, the elephant Golu decided to go to the grassy Limpopo River to meet a crocodile. He had never seen a crocodile before, so he was unaware of the appearance of the crocodile. He did not know how the crocodile looks like. He met a python and asked him, "Have you ever seen a crocodile? What does he look like? What does he have for dinner?" So on his way, he met a python, a snake. As you can see in the picture, a python is coiled on the branch of the tree. The elephant Golu asked him if he had ever seen a crocodile and what does he have for dinner. The python uncoiled himself from the branch of a tree but said nothing. Golu politely helped him to coil around the branch again and said goodbye to him. The python did not reply to Golu, and Golu again helped him to coil around the branch of the tree. Golu moved on, eating sugar canes, bananas, and melons. After a few days, he reached the very edge of the great grassy Limpopo River. On the bank of the river, he saw a log of wood. So, students, Golu continued his journey, and he was eating sugar canes, bananas, and melons on his way to the river. On the bank of the river, he saw a log of wood. It was really the crocodile who winked at him. So that log of wood was the crocodile itself. "Excuse me," said Golu, "have you ever seen a crocodile?" The crocodile winked again and lifted half his tail out of the mud. "Come here, little one," said the crocodile. "Why do you ask such questions?" Students, the crocodile winked at Golu. Wink means to close and open one eye very quickly. The crocodile asked him to come here, and the crocodile said, "Why do you ask such questions? I want to know." So Golu began speaking. "Come close, little one, for I am the crocodile," and he shed crocodile tears to show it was quite true. As the elephant began to speak, the crocodile interrupted and asked Golu to come closer. He told him that he was the crocodile himself and he can feel comfortable. He shed crocodile tears. Crocodile tears is a phrase used for the tears which are not genuine. If somebody is crying not genuinely but just acting to make other people feel sorry for him or to befool others, those tears are called crocodile tears. Golu was afraid, but he sat down on the bank and said, "You are the very person I was looking for. Please tell me what you have for dinner." "Come here, little one, and I will whisper the answer to you," said the crocodile. Crocodile asked Golu to come closer, and he said that he will not speak loudly, rather he will whisper the answer in his ears. Whisper means to speak in a very low voice. Golu put his head down close to the crocodile's snout, and the crocodile caught him by the nose. So students, here crocodile became successful in his plan, and Golu put his head down close to his snout. Snout means the face of an animal. "I think," said the crocodile, "today a baby elephant will be my dinner." So crocodile has some other plans, and he was planning to eat the baby elephant. "Let me go, you are hurting me, Mr. Crocodile," screamed Golu. Golu shouted, "Let me go, you are hurting me." The elephant was hurt because his nose has been caught by the crocodile. The python, who had been quietly following Golu, came to the bank and said, "If you do not pull as hard as you can, the crocodile will drag you into the stream." So the python who was following Golu advised him to pull as hard as he can to save his life. So students, this was the first part of the explanation of the lesson Golu Grows a Nose. If you have any doubt in this part, you can ask. Thank you.